So this is our routine every day. We go through all the tanks, pick out the dead ones. As you can see, the yellows are not doing good.
Hey, what's going on, shrimp keepers? It is Wednesday, which means an update Wednesday. I got Emma, my little helper here, which is always a good thing. But I wanted to kind of update you guys. I've had a lot go on in these past 2 weeks. It's been brutal. I mean, it really has. Importing has been great. The shrimp have been doing great, but there's definitely been a lot of mishaps and bad things that have happened. So I kind of wanted to fill you guys in on everything that's going on our side, and kind of show you just the little headaches and problems that we've had along the way these past 2 weeks. Alright, so I want to start off by going back to the import day, like when we got the shrimp in, because that is kind of where I left you guys off with the import video. And it all started with the yellows. We got in 4 bags of yellows. None of them did well. There was 200 shrimp per bag, which means we got in 800 yellows, and that was rough. So what we had to do is we had to hurry up and kind of throw them all into these catch cups, more or less, and sift through the bad ones and leave the good ones in there, and then try to acclimate them. And so I actually did a video on that. So let me show you guys that video and kind of show you what we had to do to try to save these yellows.
We just unbagged all the yellows. The yellows, like, it had terrible losses. As you can see, here's probably, I don't know, 75 dead shrimp. Another 50 or so over here. But surprisingly, there's a lot more alive than we originally looked like, so that's a great thing. There's 800 here, and we're going through them. Amanda's got a good batch. Jeff, how are yours looking?
I have a lot of that are alive.
Good.
Yeah, this looks like the best batch on
That's awesome. So we're saving as many as possible. And it is what it is. This is the nature of the beast. So this is what we have to do. And this is what we're going to continue having to do for the next month while we quarantine these. And hopefully by the end of the month, all these will still be alive. Hopefully.
Alright, so as you can see, the yellows didn't do good, but it wasn't like catastrophic. Like, there was definitely a lot that made it, and so being positive, I'm like, okay, like, there's a lot that made it. We can get them to recover. But the thing is, it didn't stop there.
So this is our routine every day. We go through all the tanks, pick out the dead ones. As you can see, the yellows are not doing good. They're the ones that ship really poorly. We're just continuing to feed them, give them the bacteria that they want or that they need, and just, it is what it is. So
every day we have to go through and we pull out dead shrimp, and we literally pull out I don't even know, like, too many. And so the shrimp are dying, and this all brings it back to, this is why we are quarantining them, because a lot of people just sell them before they die, and so they don't take the hits that you all take the hit. And so now we are the ones that are making sure the shrimp are healthy beforehand, which, you get a lot of deaths with that. And so it's been unfortunate on that side of it. So that's just the yellows. And so that was day 1 of import. Day 2, I'm going to Lexington, Kentucky to meet with Dustin from Dustin's Fish Tanks, deliver some shrimp to him. And the morning started off not so good. He had a bunch of reds going, and I rebagged them and did a huge water change on them. And I get there in the morning, and this is what I find.
It's currently the next day, and we're exhausted. We got Jimmy with us. We got Amanda sleeping. We got Jeff. All the boxes unpackaged. Got my shrimp ready to take to Dustin. We had some deaths in one of the bags overnight, even though we rebagged it. So that always sucks. These were fire reds, but they were extra large, and we only ordered 200 because I was afraid that the extra large wouldn't do well, and they didn't do well. So it's good to know. Yeah, so everything else is going really good. We checked on all the tanks. We probably had a total of 100 dead today. So not terrible. Definitely could have been worse. Definitely could have been better. But we're gonna keep trucking along. I'm gonna head to Lexington here in about 2 hours. I'm gonna go get an hour nap beforehand. So it's gonna be a fun weekend. But I'll catch up with you guys here in a little bit.
Okay, so you can see that the Reds did not do so good. You know, and it's because they were bigger ones, and you know, a lot of things play into it. So the rest of them did make it. So the 40 or you know however many it was that didn't make it, there were still 550 that did make it. So that's a good thing. But as soon as I get there, Dustin ordered a bunch of Amanos, and the bags of Amanos, like, they started going bad, and so he ended up losing like 300 Amanos. You know, which, me being a hobbyist and an animal lover, again, it's just like another kick in the face. And so whenever you're losing shrimp, it's not a good thing, in no way, shape, or form. And so that's kind of like how the first couple days went. And we did do a lot down at the event, which kind of made up for, you know, me feeling bad. You know, I got to spend time with a lot of great people, and it was a really, really good event. You know, some awesome people were there, made some great connections, got to talk shrimp, got to talk fish and plants. I got to hang out with Dustin, and so it was a good weekend, but definitely a lot of stress leading up to that weekend. So I come back from the event, and you know, kind of get in my groove of things. Like I said, we're still taking dead shrimp out every single day. We're stopping over there 2-3 times a day just to check on the tanks. You know, you don't want that ammonia spike. And then with everything that's going on, all the distractions, all the chaos, you know, of course, you're going to have a flood in the fish.
So it's not the ideal situation to walk into your fish room and see this and this. What happens is we acclimate overnight, and sometimes the valve drips a little faster than we had anticipated. And so we have it set to where it won't drain the tank too much, but obviously this one didn't work out. So I gotta clean this thing up. Not gonna be fun, but could have been worse, I guess. So I gotta get to clean this up.
And so, yep, I overflowed a bucket trying to acclimate shrimp in the stress of things, and it just didn't work out. And so, yeah, that was not. And then the last and final thing to kind of top off these last 2 weeks is Geo. So Geo had some issues happen with his tank, and let me just show you how this all came about.
Alright, so we got a little mayday over at the warehouse going on right now. To start, Raphael catfish died. There was a upside down catfish that Mark put in here that died, and I already got, you know, took care of him. Geo, I noticed him. He's just huffing and puffing, so he's not happy. So I hurried up and did a 50% water change, and so hopefully he'll start kicking back. If he doesn't look better in like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I'm just gonna take him out and put him in a different tank real quick. I don't know what happened. You can see there's like this little white spot on his forehead, and I saw that yesterday, and so I dosed the tank for you know, for open sores and stuff, and I came in this morning and this is what I found. And so so he's definitely not happy. I'm gonna watch him for the next 10 minutes, and if he doesn't get better, like breathing wise, I'm gonna take him out and throw him in a different tank that I know has good water. So I don't know what's going on in this tank, whether the upside down catfish died and rose the ammonia real high, or if it was the medicine I treated him with. Like, I don't know what happened, but definitely not happy. Definitely not happy about this. You know, just as long as Geo makes it, I'll be okay. But really bummed about this guy. You know, it sucks when you lose fish. It really does, especially fish that like just aren't your everyday, like molly or something that you have a bunch of. Like, I only had one Raphael catfish, and I'll only ever have one Geo. So hoping for the best.
All right, so Geo's tank did not get better. He was still gasping for air, And so what I did is I actually took Gio out of his tank after like waiting 20 minutes, and he was still gulping. And so I threw him into one of the big ponds that we have below the wholesale rack, or the planted rack. And I put him in there, and for a couple days, you know, he was doing a lot better. Everything's good. And to this day, he's still alive, which is a awesome thing. But since I put him down there, something else happened.
Hey, what's up, shrimp keepers? Here with Emma, my sidekick. I wanted to do an update on Gio, and I have some bad news. And the story of Gio, just real quick. Gio is like our mascot. He's a tilapia. Basically found him in my friend's basement that got murdered, and he was like living in a drainage pipe. So the fact that he's still alive is a great thing, because he kind of lets my friend live on through him. And so Gio is like the bomb. But he got sick, and you guys probably just got done watching that video. And so I moved him over into this pond so that he could have fresh water that I knew was good. And I didn't know what made him sick. But here's the deal. I have all these shrimp in this system, and I didn't even think about it. And so I put them in here, and then like I checked on this system like a day later, and this tank alone had 32 deaths in the last 24 hours. This one's not as bad. You know, you got 6, 8, 2, and so on and so forth. So we went from losing no shrimp in this system to losing an absolute ton overnight. And so so the whole Gio getting sick thing really turned into a downward spiral for us, which I'd say at this point we probably lost close to 75 shrimp out of this system alone, which is just, you know, 24 hours, which is not good. And so you know, you got to take the good with the bad. So the good news is Gio's okay. The bad news is you know, the 2 fish that he was with are dead, and now the shrimp are dying. And so so I'm not pleased, not happy, but you know, it is what it is. It really is. And so you just gotta take the good with the bad. And I just figured I'd give you guys an update.
Alright, so as you can see, it has been not only a busy couple weeks, but it has been stressful, it has been trying. And at the end of the day, like, it's all good, because we still have a ton of shrimp that are healthy, that are doing well, and a lot of good things moving forward. We still have all of your guys' support, and it just, you got to focus on the good things and not get caught up on all the bad things. But hopefully this video shows you all just the kind of some of the things that come with the territory, and come with doing some big things like importing. And it's not easy. It is in no way, shape, or form easy. Like, you can't order 11,000 shrimp and just like start selling them and think that it's great. Like, there are a lot of not consequences, but there are a lot of things that happen with this. But I mean, it's all worth it in the end, and I love it, and I'm so glad that I can do it with my wife Amanda. I'm so glad that I can do it with Emma back here. I'm so glad that I can do it with all of you. And so when you add up all the negatives and positives, like, the positives way outweigh the negatives. And so so again, I'm blessed, I'm happy, I'm lucky. I get to do what I love, but it definitely doesn't come easy. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this little update into what's been going on these last 2 weeks. Much love from me always. I hope you guys are enjoying your week. Happy hump day. We're almost to the weekend, and so just gotta look forward to that. You guys make it a great rest of your week, and I'll talk to you this weekend. Later, guys.